All right, and welcome to Game 4 of the Dead Ball Baseball League here with the Maricopa Marshals. I'm your host, Pat, and we have a great game here for you today. Um, Up first here for the Marshals is Mark Collins. He is ready and to go, and hopefully to have a reverse of fortune here in Genera Park Stadium. He's gotten off to a very rough start here in the first 4 games that he's played. Only 2 hits and 15 at bats. So definitely not a lot happening with Collins, but let's see how he does starting off for us today. And that'll be a ground ball to second base. So his his streak continues of not doing very well. Up next is Ricardo Nunez, really the shining star of the Marshals here. 2 home runs uh, so far on the year, so 2 home runs in 4 games. Definitely not bad. The Marshals themselves are #1 in the league with 7 home runs as a team. The Spartans, as well as 4 other teams in the league, still have 0. So definitely struggling a little bit on the offensive side for the Spartans there. But let's see if Nunez can keep the home run streak alive. And that he does. That is #8 for the Marshals, #3 for Nunez, and he will remain atop as the #1 home run hitter so far in the West, at least, and very well the entire uh, DBL. So the Marshals starting things off strong once again against the Spartans. Another interesting tidbit: the Martians, the Spartans have given up. It was 7. It is now 8 home runs. Um, most of those to the Marshals. So definitely looking to see how this game goes. Up next, Kelly Jennings. Again, got off to a rough start the first couple games. These last 2 games here, we've really seen her pick it up. She on the year is 4-13. She had a home run last game in the first inning following Ricardo Nunez. Let's see if she can do that again. Nope, not yet. Not this at bat. That'll just be a pop up in foul territory, and Cabrera is easily able to grab the play. So there'll be 2 outs. Up next is Felipe Torres. Uh, he's having a solid start to the year, 4 for 11, and he also, along with his uh, teammates here, has a home run. So let's see what he does with 2 out. And that'll be a triple for Torres. It bounced off the left field wall. No chance for Nunez to grab it. So the Marshals will keep the inning alive and bring up Tracy Sutton, who is batting 500, 4 for 8 in the previous 2 games she's been a part of. She also has a home run. Let's see if she can earn an RBI here and extend the Marshals' lead. And that'll be a line drive to right field. It will bounce right in front of Ramos, and that will not only be a single, but an RBI single for Sutton. So the Marshals strike first and strike hard here. It is now 2-0. And up next is Ethan Butler. Butler enters the game batting .231 with 1 home run and 2 RBIs on the year. And we'll see what Sheffield has to offer. Uh, that is absolutely hammered off the right field wall. So that will be a double for Butler, and Sutton will be able to score. So the Marshals extend their lead on a 2-out rally. It is now 3-0, and that will bring up Lynette Mark. Mark enters batting 308 here in the top of the first, 4 for 13 in the 4 games she has played. Uh, really, the only main offense there is a double, but hey, a hit is a hit, right? Doesn't matter as long as you get on base. So, and that is a fly ball to left field. That will be the third out. Um, but the Marshals are able to secure 3 runs, and we go to the bottom of the first, 3-0. So excellent. Well, it is my privilege to welcome Mariana Reynolds, fresh out of the farm, 18 years old, and it is her DBL debut on the mound for the Marshals. Uh, Hoping that she has a wonderful outing now that her teammates have given her kind of some breathing room. It's always nice as a pitcher to enter the game ahead, not only ahead but also have some padding, a couple runs to back you up. So stepping out onto the mound first time up, there's obviously going to be a lot of nerves. Let's hope her defense can help back her up, and we'll see how she does. And that'll be a ground ball to third base and fielded by Butler. So the first runner Reynolds faces is out, and she's off. She's off to a great start. So that'll bring up Emilio Rojas. Rojas is 3 for 13 on the year, betting 2.31, and has earned 2 RBIs. And we'll see. Ooh, that is off the wall. That is a nice double for Rojas, and he will get on base. So with 1 out, the Spartans are starting to show some life and fight back. Up next is Lloyd Crooms. Crooms batting 5 for 12 with an average of uh, 417. And we'll see what Reynolds has to offer. And that'll be a double for Crooms. So Spartans easily able to answer back here and start their own rally, really. And the Spartans come in as a team batting 273. That'll good enough for ninth place in the league, and the Marshals are right ahead of them. Again, coming in at 278. So offensively, these teams are very similar, and we'll see how that plays out here, especially with a new pitcher the rest of the game. So up next for the Spartans is Alejandro Nunez. And Nunez, just like Crooms, is comes in batting 417, and maybe he'll make it 462 as Crooms just did. And that'll be a ground ball. So yep, and he'll be able to get in. That'll be another double. And the Spartans have the tying run at second with only 1 out. So clearly, Reynolds dealing with some nerves, even with that insurance that she had from her teammates. but hopefully that is short-lived and they're able to get some defense going here. Up next for the Spartans is Alfredo Gallego. He's batting 357, 5 hits, two of those doubles, and he has struck out once so far this year. And that'll be a wild pitch from Reynolds, allowing Nunez to get to third. So the tying run is now just 90 feet away. We're looking for, a pop-up infield hit potentially. Strikeout would obviously be the best, but we'll see what Reynolds has to offer now that she's regained her composure. And that'll be right out in front of the catcher, so the Marshals are able to get out number two and keep Nunez at third. So two outs here in the bottom of the second, and that'll bring up Gregorio Cabrera. Cabrera really struggling. One hit for 12 at bats here, so that averages out to 0.83. And we'll see what they have to offer. That one hit, however, is a triple. So while there may not be a lot of contact happening, there is definitely has some speed behind them. So, and that'll be a fly ball to left field. So the Marshals are able to work through the inning and hold on to the lead as Reynolds completes her first inning here, only having to give up 2 runs. Up next for the Marshals and leading off is Randall Reed. Reed only in 2 games so far. This will be his third, batting 25, 250, 2 hits with 8 at bats, both of those singles. And that'll be a fly ball to Ramos there and right. So the Marshals will bring up next Antonio Iglesias. And it's very interesting. Uh, as I mentioned previously, Iglesias spent a lot of time on the bench the first 3 seasons. First 2 seasons saw a little bit of action the previous season, and now he's been in all but 1 game, which is excellent. Fortunately, has yet to get on base. He is 0 for 7 on the season there. He does have a walk, but that is really it. And that'll be a line drive right to Kroom. So mark him 0 for 8. I'm struggling to see why the Marshals manager is even keeping him in there. Maybe give someone else a shot. I don't, I don't know what to tell you. So that'll bring up Collins. Collins grounded out to start the first inning. Let's see what he does here in the second with 2 outs. And that'll be a pop-up to first base. So Crooms has it easy. Oh no, it dropped out of his glove. But it looks like that was also foul. So he will get the air. So the Spartans will get the air, but Collins will resume batting here. So just kind of a wonky, just a wonky pitch altogether. And that'll be a fly ball to Rojas. So Collins ends the inning, and the Marshals go 3 up, 3 down. And with that, that'll bring up Raul Marquez, the designated hitter. Marquez playing in all 4 games this season. 3 for 11, 2 of those doubles. So definitely some power behind his swing. And Reynolds delivers the pitch. And that'll be a ground ball to Mark. and she's able to throw the first for the quick out. And next up for the Spartans, we have Xavier Hidalgo. Hidalgo batting on the season 250, uh, 2 hits, both of those hits doubles. And that's a deep fly ball to center, but Sutton is there for the easy out. And the Spartans are looking like they're about ready to go down in order two. So it'll be up to Joshua Wagner to keep them alive. Wagner batting 167, 2 hits with 12 at bats, both of those doubles. So it's very interesting to see that. Spartans, a lot of power, it looks like. It's really just a matter of making contact. And that'll be that. So the Spartans also go down in order, and that'll bring us to the top of the third with the Marshals still on top 3-2. Uh, Before we proceed, just a quick check-in from around the league. The KC Knights take first in the Northwest Division from third after a win. So for any Knights fans, they are looking good so far this season. And Nunez will uh, hit a fly ball out to center field for the quick out, and that'll bring up Jennings. And that'll be a double for Jennings. So the Marshals looking to get something started offensively here. That'll bring up Felipe Torres, who hit a triple his first time up, and looking to add to their lead. And that'll be a fly ball to center and will fall. So it won't be a double, but it'll be enough to bring Jennings home. So the Marshals are now up 4-2. And that'll bring up Sutton, who was able to bring Torres home with a single in the first. Let's see if she's able to repeat that here in the third. And it's hammered into right field. They'll have to play it off the wall. Oh, and an overthrow, which allows Sutton to get to third, and Torres will score. So, yes, she does indeed repeat the first inning here, and the Marshals are on the board twice with one out, and that will bring up Butler, who also hit a double here in the first inning. So after a little bit of a slump in the second, it looks like the middle of the order is going to be really the powerhouse for this game. That'll be a pop-up in second base, so Hidalgo will be able to grab it for 2 outs, and that will bring up Lynette Mark, who flew out in the first. And that'll be just a quick ground ball to third, so that will retire the side, but not before the Marshals are able to add 2 to their score. It is now 5-2, Marshals lead here in the bottom of the third. Up next for the Spartans is Mariano Ramos. Ramos started the game by grounding out. Let's see if he can get a hit here. Nope. That was a quick grounder to first. And right away, we are one down. But if you're aware, this is where Reynolds struggled in the first. It was the second batter here, Emilio Rojas, who started the rally, really, that gave the Spartans 2 runs and almost took the lead, or really tied for uh, for the Marshals there. So let's see if Reynolds, now that she's gone through the lineup once, can kind of do some deep breathing and get back on track. And that is a fly ball to right field. Jennings is there, so two are down in the third. And Reynolds there taking a deep sigh of relief as you know she's one out closer to being done. Totally understand, totally get that feeling. Uh, and again, hopefully for her as the game goes on, the nerves lessen and she can power through. Up next is Lloyd Crooms. Crooms hit a double and earned an RBI in the first. Let's see what he'll do, and that'll be a ground ball to the shortstop. So Reynolds is able to get out of the inning, again shutting down the Spartans, three up, three down. And we will go to the fourth with Randall Reed leading us off for the Marshals. All right, and Reed hits a ground ball to second base for a quick out. And that'll bring up Iglesias. Again, hoping that he does something. And nope. And that'll be a ground ball to the shortstop. So yeah, bottom of the lineup really struggling here for the Marshals. We have Collins up 0 for 2, was up in the first and the second, both outs. Let's see what he can do, and that'll be a ground out to second base. So again, still struggling, and the Marshals will go three up, three down as they did in the second. Up next for the Spartans here in the bottom of the fourth is Alejandro Nunez. Uh, Nunez also hit a double in the first. Let's see if they can get something going there. And there you go. Another double for Nunez to lead off the inning. So these Spartans are looking like they might be striking back here this inning. Up next is Alfredo Gallego. And that'll be a dribbler out in front of the catcher, able to keep Nunez on second and get the first out. So the still still threatening a run, but a little less dangerous than with one out. That is a line drive to center field. Sutton's able to make the grab and keep Nunez at second. And now there are two outs. And up next is Raul Marquez. Marquez grounded out in the second. And Reynolds will earn her first strikeout as he goes down swinging. The Marshals will earn their third strikeout of the season, uh, which is actually one stat the teams were tied with. Both teams, two strikeouts coming into this game, tied for last place. The Marshals now with Reynolds' first strikeout, and let's be real, first strikeout is always a big deal, almost as big of a deal as your first home run in the big leagues here. But the Marshals now are tied with the Badgers and Cannons with three strikeouts on the year. So again, taking a little break, a little pause. We'll talk about the Bullets here, talk about the Southwest. The Bullets lost to the Claws. They dropped to third, which allowed the Marshals to take second place. The Claws themselves still remain at the top, where the 0 for 3 Spartans are in dead last and quickly falling behind. So if they're not able to snag a win here, I think even though it is still very early, their playoff hopes are going to start slipping through their fingers rather quickly. Um, but we still have plenty of game left, still plenty of stuff to happen. Up now is Raul Nunez, who is 1 for 2 today, and that will be make him 1 for 3 as there is a fly ball to left field. That'll bring up Jennings. Jennings as well, 1 for 2 with a pop out in the first, but a double in the third. And that's a high drive to left field. No, that is a home run for Jennings. That will be her second on the year, and the Marshals add another run to their total there. Um, Honestly, can't wait next week for the Marshals to be home. So instead of the booing of the crowd, we hear the cheering of the crowd. Um, but regardless, we bring up Felipe Torres, who is 2 for 2, got a triple and a single, and was able to uh, score a run there both times due to Sutton backing backing them up. That'll be a ground ball for Torres, though. So that'll be the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Sutton, who's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, both of them Torres. And Sutton will walk. So I wonder if Sheffield here is starting to feel the pressure of 6 unanswered runs. Well, I guess 4 unanswered runs. Um, and as the game kind of starts slipping away, getting a little further and further. Um, Up next for Maricopa is Ethan Butler, and Butler will hit a ground ball to the shortstop. So 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 person left on base for Maricopa, and they will bring the score to 6-2 as the Spartans enter the game for the uh, basically start the second half of the game here. And leading off for the Spartans is Xavier Hidalgo. Hidalgo 0 for 1 on the day so far. And it'll be a soft line drive base hit. He'll be 1 for 2, but he will have to stop at first as Torres is able to make the stop. And it looks like Hidalgo tried to steal, but Reynolds was keeping an eye on him, which is really good. Usually, first time pitcher, you get tunnel vision. You're more worried about the batter in front of you, and you kind of forget everything else that could be going around. Uh, but that'll be a pop up to the catcher and an easy out for Reed. So with 1 down in the fifth, that'll bring up Mariano Ramos, who is 0 for 2. 2 ground outs today, 1 in the first and 1 in the third. And that'll be a ground ball to Collins, and the Marshals are able to pull the double play, which will end the inning and bring us to the top of the sixth. All right, and leading off for the Marshals here in the sixth is Lynette Mark. Mark struggling a little bit today, 0 for 2, and will now be 0 for 3 as there's a weak ground ball to third base. And that'll bring up Reed, who is also 0 for 2. Again, talking about that bottom of the lineup. And that is a ground ball to second base. So we will continue the bottom struggles. Up next is Antonio Iglesias. I mean, at this point, let's just give him a hit. We'll just let him have a hit. Maybe even walk him again. But no dice. The Marshals will go three up, three down, and the side is retired as we go to the bottom of the sixth. And really, again, kudos to Reynolds here. If you look at her pitch counter, she's only thrown 63 pitches in the 5 innings she's been up. So that is usually good. Usually you're trying to stay below 100 pitches for the first 7 innings because that's when you start to wear out and get a little tired there. Another little dribbler right in front of the catcher for a quick out. And that'll bring up the powerhouse Crooms. Let's see what he will do now. That's another dribbler right out in front of the catcher. Those changeups she's thrown are really seem to be throwing people off. So up next, Alejandro Nunez, 2 for 2, both of those doubles. And that'll be not a double this time, but a triple for Nunez as he smashes one into deep center field. And the quiet little dribbler seem to be over with here for the moment. And that is a hard line drive right to Reynolds, who's able to snag it. So Reynolds gets out of a very tight pinch with a runner on third. And that will bring us to the top of the seventh. The last game update we want to check on here is in the Northeast, the Warhogs take first place after walloping the Bonneville Bulldogs 10-2. So a little bit like this game here, obviously a little bit more implications with the division and the scoring here. If the Marshals win, awesome, but the Spartans really don't do anything if they lose. They just remain winless. And that'll be a fly ball into center field and will drop right in front of Rojas, allowing Collins to finally get a hit in this game and get on base to lead off the top of the seventh. So, uh, you know, give him some praise there. It takes a lot because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna strike out or you're gonna get out. But he's been he's had 18 at bats. He should have gotten on base at least once. And it looks like there will be catcher's interference on Wagner. The bat hit the catcher's mitt. So Nunez will take first, Collins will go to second, and the Marshals now have 2 runners on base and no outs, with Kelly Jennings up to the plate. Jennings 2 for 3 with a double and then a home run in the fifth. And that'll be a ground ball to Crooms. They are able to turn the double play a 3-4-3 double play, which is pretty amazing. But that'll bring Collins to third, and the Marshals are now threatening a run with 2 outs, and Felipe Torres, who is 2 for 3 at bat. And the pitch is a fly ball that will drop in for a base hit. So that'll be a single for Collins, or sorry, a single for Torres, scoring Collins, and the Marshals are now up 7-2. Just an absolute thrashing here this game. And the pitch to Sutton is a hard line drive to center field. They are going to attempt another base here. Torres will be out, and that'll bring us to the seventh inning stretch. Alrighty there. Sometimes your extra bases just do not work out for you. Obviously, for the Marshals, it wasn't a do or die situation. It was honestly just another. It was really just going to be to add another run onto the heap. But up first for the Spartans here in the bottom of the seventh is Gregorio Cabrera. And that'll be a ground ball to the shortstop for the out. And that will bring up Raul Marquez, who, just like I guess a wide majority of individuals, is is hitless in today's contest. And that'll be a fly ball to center field that Sutton is able to easily catch for the second out. And that'll bring up Xavier Hidalgo, who is 1 for 2. And he will be 1 for 3 as the Santa Fe goes no hits, no runs, and nobody on base. And we'll go to the top of the eighth. The Maricopa Marshals 7, the Santa Fe Spartans 2. And up for the Marshals is Ethan Butler. Butler 1 for 3 on the day. The only hit he's gotten is a double back in the first, and that'll be an out. And we'll bring up Lynette Mark, who's 0 for 3 on the day. And that'll be a slow roller to center field, enough for a single and a hit in the column. And with 1 out, that will bring up Randall Reed. And the pitch is a ground ball to third base. They are going to be able to get Mark out at second, but are not able to turn the double play to end the inning. So that'll bring up Antonio Iglesias. And Iglesias continues his hitless streak. So I, yeah, I have no words. There are no words that can be used in this situation. But Reynolds is coming in for the eighth inning. I would honestly love to see the Marshals manager, allow Reynolds to do a full game. There is no reason not to. Uh, you know, you're up 7-2. There's no reason to pull out your pitcher unless they request it, right? We got to think about their health. But to be able to come into a game, your first game, and have your offense back you up as much as the Marshals have, as well as keep a lid on your opponent, got to be a great feeling for Reynolds at this point. That is a hardline drive off the wall and will be a double for Wagner, who was hitless this entire contest until now. So a leadoff double, and hopefully this doesn't turn into some crazy thing where, I jinxed it and Reynolds gets pulled. But we will see. And that'll be ball 4. So that'll be Reynolds' first walk of the game. And now we are looking at 2 runners on, no outs, and Emilio Rojas at the plate, who is 1 for 3 with a double on the day. And that is a fly ball directly to Torres. So the Marshals will get a lucky break and get one out. So all we're looking for now is really a ground ball double play in order to get Reynolds out of this and back in the dugout. That is a 3-run home run. Crooms finally comes through. So we are now at a 7-5 contest. And I can see some action up in the Marshals bullpen. So yes, it does look like I apologize to Reynolds for completely jinxing her outing. Uh, Up next, we have Alejandro Nunez, 3 for 3, 2 doubles, 1 triple. Uh, it- Hoping that the Marshals can stop him here, and they do not. That'll be ball 4, and the Spartans will have another runner on base with only one out, and Alfredo Gallego at the plate. And there it is, the tying run from Gallego, who went 0 for 3 the entire game. And it does look like uh, they will be pulling Reynolds from the game. So we will pause for station identification as the pitching change occurs. All right, and we are back. The Marshals have brought in Carlos Solar, and this will be his first game of the season, hoping he can stifle the all of a sudden electrified offense of the Spartans. And he will earn a grounder to Iglesias as his first batter. So that'll be 2 outs for the Spartans. And Raul Marquez will step up to the plate. And he will have to play it off the wall as Marquez gets a triple out of that. And Xavier Hidalgo will come to the plate with the go-ahead run only 90 feet away with 2 outs. And that'll be a base hit for Hidalgo. The score all of a sudden, completely out of nowhere, is 8-7 with the Spartans on top, as the back half of the Spartans lineup is able to get stuff going, honestly, which is crazy. And that'll be a ground ball to the shortstop. So the Marshals have to get a stop here, uh, or have to get something going here, or I mean, they lose. That's how baseball works. So, but it looks like the Spartans will be going to the bullpen themselves. So once again, we will pause for a quick break as they set up their switch. Alrighty. Yeah, it looks like we came back a little early there, but not to worry. It looks like they brought out Brooks Camacho, who it's also his first game here this season, and he will be looking for the save as the Spartans are up 8-7, and Mark Collins will be leading off for the Marshals. And that'll be a fly ball to left field, so there's one away, and Ricardo Nunez will come to the plate. Hopefully, we get a repeat of his first inning where he was able to smash a home run here. And that will not be the case as he hits one right to Rojas, and Rojas is able to make the catch for the out. And now coming up for the Marshals is Kelly Jennings. Really looking for a base hit here. This contest, she's gone 2-4 with one home run and one RBI. Let's see if she can make it one more run. And it is going to be a single for Jennings, which will bring up Torres, who has been super hot this entire game. Uh, a triple, a single, two singles actually, almost hitting for the cycle there. But he has brought in 2 runs. Bringing in a third run here will tie the game and potentially force us into extra innings, but that will not be the case. So the Marshals fall 8-7 after they give up 6 runs in the 8th inning. And that will do it for us today here on the Marshals DBL network. Join us for our home opener on Monday against the reigning champions, the Bullets.